Okay, hey guys, it's your boy Bill. Today we're making my first ever reacting video. So we're reacting today to the perfect murder mystery. Let's watch.
Michael up the pathway to the front door. Michael tried to open the door, but it was locked.
Maybe there's another entrance around the back.
I looked at Layla. Her face was white as a sheet, and she was
What was that face? What's that face? They look like psychopaths.
When I realized what she had seen, I started screaming too. Red liquid that looked exactly like blood was seeping through the crack in the door. I turned to Michael, but he was freaking out.
Let's get out of here!
But before I go on any further, please make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more of our creepy, mysterious,
I'm not being
stories.
racist to him.
Let's get out of here!
But hold on.
Racist to his voice.
We need to start from the beginning, where it all began.
So that just
As I stepped down from the train and onto the platform, I stopped for a moment and looked around me.
What is that
face? Sounds and smells of my hometown hit me like a hammer. I'd really missed this place.
What is it?
I had spent the last 5 years working in Spain. It had been a fantastic experience, one I'd never forget. But now it was time to come home. I missed my friends and my family too much to stay away any longer. I couldn't wait to meet up with my friends Jack, Hannah, and Layla. We had so much to catch up on. I walked out of the train station and looked around for my dad. He was nowhere to be seen. Don't tell me he's forgotten to come and pick me up. But then, I heard his voice shouting for me. Sally, Sally, over here! I looked around and saw my dad waving madly at me from the other side of the car park. Mom was with him, and between them, they were holding up a sign saying, "Welcome home," in big letters. I ran over and gave them a hug. I missed you guys so much. I'm so happy to be home. We're happy you're home too. Come on, let's get back and you can tell us all about your travels.
Right after she did something
Food was
dumb.
amazing, and the beaches, the water crystal clear. I swam with dolphins and went snorkeling. It sounds fantastic, said Dad. I'm surprised you wanted to come home. It was a fabulous experience, but it's time to come back. There was one other reason that I really wanted to come home, but I didn't tell my parents. You see, I had always had a secret crush on Jack. When I was in Spain, I started to think about him more and more. What if he was the love of my life? What if we were meant to be together, but I never gave it a chance? I decided that I was going to lay my cards out on the table. I was going to tell Jack how I felt, and hopefully he would feel the same way about me. Once I had unpacked all my things, I called Hannah. I was closest to Hannah than anyone else. I'm back. Sally, it's so good to hear your voice. When can we meet up? How about tomorrow? I'm a bit tired from traveling now, but I'm sure after a good night's sleep, I'll be fine. Okay, let's meet at the cafe at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Tell Jack and Layla to come too. I will. See you tomorrow. I was the first to arrive at the cafe. I asked the waitress for a table for 4 and waited for the others to arrive. I'd only been there a couple of minutes when I saw Hannah and Jack walking in together. I was just about to wave to them when something struck me. They were holding hands. Hannah spotted me at first and ran over and gave me a hug. I turned to look at Jack. He was even more handsome than I remembered, and my stomach lurched.
Hi, Sally. You look great. The Spanish life obviously suits you.
Yes, you're right, darling. Sally looks amazing. You're so tanned.
Wait a minute. Has she just called Jack darling? I must have looked a bit confused because Hannah looked at me and said,
"Oh, of course, you don't know, do you? Jack and I are dating. Actually, we've been together for almost a year now."
That's great. I'm so happy for you.
Thanks. We're really happy.
I didn't know what else to say. I felt like my heart had been ripped out of my chest. My best friend was dating my crush. How could this have happened? Luckily, Layla walked in at that moment.
Sally, we've missed you so much. It's so good to have you back.
Thanks. It's good to be home. I've missed you all. I'm not really sure how I managed to get through the rest of the afternoon. I tried to put on a brave face, but inside my heart was breaking.
Yeah! Got proof! Trainers, the time is now. Pokemon Go Fest is on July 17th and 18th, and we must get ready together. We've assembled some of the best Pokemon Go trainers and a few very special guests to help us build this ultimate Pokemon Go Fest training series.
A choose-your-own adventure where you pick your own path.
So come along with us as we prepare mentally and physically for Pokemon Go Fest.
It's go time, baby. Let's do this.
CD Try-Eyes blasting off again! Okay, so you may be asking how this all came about. Well, Google Play is the exclusive sponsor of Pokemon Go Fest this year, and they wanted to partner with us because, well, you know.
I love Pokemon Go!
He really does.
I really do.
Google Play is all about bringing you games you love no matter how you play. So they asked us to make the ultimate Pokemon Go Fest training experience for experts and newbies alike.
We created a video series for you to make the decision. I can't do this course map myself. It's kind of like my Mona Lisa. There are 3 courses to choose from: fitness, exploration, and this year's Go Fest theme, music. No matter what kind of Pokemon Go player you are, we got you covered. And at the end of the training, we're going to put you to the test. Because Google Play wants everybody to be ready for Pokemon Go Fest.
Who's that Pokemon?
Snorlax!
Who's that Pokemon?
Psyduck!
Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu! Clefairy.
I managed to keep it all inside, but when I got home, I couldn't contain it any longer. I ran up to my room and burst into tears. Of all the people for Jack to start dating? I lay in my bed and sobbed my heart out. Why did this have to happen to me? The next time I met up with Hannah, Jack, and Layla, I couldn't help but feel jealous. It wasn't fair. I had liked Jack for such a long time. I felt sure that if Hannah wasn't around, he would date me. We were going to the movies, just the 4 of us. Hannah and I waited in line to buy the tickets, whilst Jack and Layla went to get some popcorn and drinks for us.
Sally, I still can't get over how brown you are. Your skin looks amazing.
Thanks. Yeah, I guess I do look good. Better than being a sickly pale color like you. Hannah looked at me in shock. I could see the hurt in her eyes.
Sally, that was a bit of a mean thing to say.
Well, it's true. You look so pasty. Hannah didn't speak to me after that.
Why are you being mean?
I didn't care. It wasn't my fault if she couldn't handle the truth. When we went to take our seats, I made sure that I sat next to Jack. And as we sat watching the movie, I began daydreaming that he would put his armor on me. But of course, he didn't. Because Hannah was there to spoil everything. I would just have to get him on my own sometime. If Hannah was out of the way, he would surely realize that it was me that he liked. The following week, I was sitting at home watching TV when my phone rang. I picked it up and saw that it was Jack calling. Hi, Jack. What are you up to?
Hi, Sally. I was just calling to invite you over to my house tomorrow for a barbecue.
My heart skipped a beat. Finally, I would have a chance to talk to him alone. That'd be great. Who else is coming?
Oh, just Layla and Hannah, of course.
My heart dropped. Oh, sorry. I can't make it. I just remembered I've got plans. There was no way I was spending my time watching those 2 cozying up together. I don't know if Jack realized I changed my mind when I knew Hannah was going to be there. If he did, he didn't say anything.
Oh, that's a shame, Sally. Maybe another time.
I tried to avoid Hannah and Jack as much as possible, but we lived in a small town and it was virtually impossible not to bump into them. When I did see them together, I tried to keep my feelings hidden, but eventually I couldn't take it any longer. We were at a party, and they were cuddling up together, being all lovey-dovey. I was sitting with Layla when I suddenly burst out crying. Layla? I can't... believe it.
What's wrong? Why are you crying?
It's Hannah and Jack.
What about them?
I told Layla all about my secret crush on Jack. I've liked him for such a long time. And finally, when I pluck up the courage to tell him, I find out he's dating my best friend. Layla put her arms around me and gave me a hug.
Oh, Sally. I don't know what to say to make it better, but I promise I'm going to take your mind off Jack. We're going to do lots of fun stuff together. If you keep busy, then I'm sure you'll soon forget about him.
I smiled at Layla. You're a good friend. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Listen, I've got an idea. You love horror stuff, don't you?
I nodded. It was true. Ever since I was a kid, I had been obsessed with everything horror. From horror movies to spooky places, everything.
What?
Well, I know about this haunted house. Why don't we go and check it out tomorrow?
What do you mean, haunted? What have you heard about it?
Oh, lots of people have said they've seen weird stuff there. People have gone missing. There are even rumors about an old man dying there, and his body was never found.
It sounded like it could be fun, and I definitely needed something to take my mind off Hannah and Jack. So I agreed to go with Layla. When we got to the house, it didn't look any different to the other houses around it. In fact, you would describe it as pretty ordinary. It was on a tree-lined street. Every house had a white picket fence at the front and flowers growing in the garden. Are you sure this is the right place? It doesn't look very haunted.
It's definitely this house. I've heard so many people talking about it.
Are you two looking for the haunted house too?
Said a deep voice behind us. I turned around and saw a tall, dark-haired boy standing there. Yes. Have we got the right place?
Yes, this is it. I've been standing here trying to decide whether I'm brave enough to go in on my own.
I looked at his sparkling eyes. I couldn't tell if he was serious or just joking around. You can come in with us if you want.
Thanks, that would be great. I'm Michael, by the way.
I'm Sally, and this is Layla. Michael smiled at me. He was actually really cute, in an obvious kind of way.
Come on then, girls. It's now or never.
We followed Michael up the pathway to the front door. Michael tried to open the door, but it was locked.
Maybe there's another entrance around the back.
I looked at Layla. Her face was white as a door. I turned to Michael, but he was freaking out.
Let's get out of here!
The three of us ran down the street as fast as we could.
Where are we going?
Asked Michael. Come with us. We're going to tell our friends what we saw. We went straight to Hannah's house. When she opened up the door, she took one look at our faces and told us to come in.
Did you go to the haunted house? What happened?
We told Hannah about the blood coming out of the door.
Oh my god. No wonder you all look so scared. Jack's in the lounge. You go through there, and I'll make you all a cup of tea.
We went through to the lounge, but we didn't get a chance to tell Jack what had happened. As soon as he saw Michael, he jumped up and started yelling.
What do you think you're doing here? Get out of my sight. Go on, get out of here.
Layla and I looked at Jack in shock. We had no idea what had gotten into him. He was usually such a calm and placid kind of guy. What's going on, Jack?
I'll tell you what's going on. He's a liar, and I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
Do you two know each other?
Yes, unfortunately, I do know him. He used to be my best friend. Well, I thought he was until he cheated with my ex-girlfriend.
You're the liar. You two weren't even dating when I took her out.
With that, Jack lunged at Michael. The two of them started punching each other, with blows to the head and body. Stop it, you two, stop it! Hannah came running in.
Why is everyone buff?
What are you doing?
It's not
Hannah pulled
Hannah
Jack away from
Layla.
Michael. Jack just attacked Michael for no reason.
I'm sure Jack wouldn't do that.
Well, you weren't here. We saw everything, didn't we, Layla? Layla looked at Hannah and I.
I'm not really sure what went on. I don't really want to take sides.
Hannah, I'm telling you the truth. Michael did nothing wrong. Jack just pounced on him.
I think you'd better go, Sally, and take your new friend with you.
I looked at Hannah and Jack. Okay, fine by me. Come on, Michael. You can come back to my house and I'll get you cleaned up. Michael and I left and we went back to my house. You're gonna have a black eye in the morning, you know. I cleaned up Michael's wounds as best as I could.
What Jack said isn't true. You do believe me, don't you?
Yes, I believe you. And anyway, Jack is with Hannah now, so I don't know why he's getting all upset over his ex-girlfriend.
I think she may have broken his heart. That's why he took it so badly. They had been finished for a long time when I took her out. We only went on a couple of dates. It was nothing serious. Definitely not something worth fighting over. Of course, if it was you that I'd been dating, I could understand him wanting to fight me.
I looked at Michael and blushed. Was he flirting with me? Before I had a chance to say anything, I heard a loud hammering at the front door. When I opened the door, I saw Layla standing there. She was gasping for breath. She had obviously been running. Layla? What's the matter?
The police have just been to my house. They want me to come in for questioning.
What? Why?
They said that Hannah and Jack are missing.
What? Want to know what happens next? Stay tuned to our channel for episode 2. In the meantime, comment down your predictions on what happened to Hannah and Jack below.
This is...
Well, I know about this haunted house.
Yes.
Why don't we go and check it out tomorrow?
Are you two looking for the haunted house too?
Ah!
Let's get out of here!
What's going on, Jack?
He's a liar, and I wouldn't trust him as far as I can throw him.
The police have just been to my house. They want me to come in for questioning. They said that Hannah and Jack are missing.
What?
It's just not going to be the same without you here. I'm going to miss you so much. My best friend Sally was going to live in Spain, virtually the other side of the world.
You'll still have Jack and Layla, and we can talk every day.
I know, but it won't be the same as having you here.
It won't be forever. Maybe you could come out to visit me in Spain.
I knew there was no chance of that happening, but it was a nice thought. Yeah, you never know. Sally flew off to Spain the following day. Jack, Layla, and I went to the airport to see her off. I couldn't stop the tears from flowing. Jack put his arm around me and gave me a hug.
Cheer up. You've still got us.
I smiled at him and joked, "That's what's worrying me."
Oh, you know you love me, really.
The next few years flew by. I started spending a lot of time with Jack. Layla was busy helping her family most of the time, so it was often just the two of us. I hadn't realized before how cute Jack was. He was really funny, too. It wasn't long before I started having feelings for him. It all came to a head one hot, sunny afternoon in July. I was at Jack's house, sitting in the garden, when he came out of the house and threw a bucket of cold water all over me.
I thought you might want to cool down.
I squealed, then jumped up and chased after him. When I eventually caught him, he fell on the grass laughing. Suddenly, he stopped laughing and looked me in the eyes.
Hannah, I think I'm falling in love with you.
My heart jumped for joy, and I could barely get my words out. I feel the same way. But before I go on, make sure you like it. In case you missed
I actually did that, and
Get up to 20%
I don't want to watch that anymore. Oh my. Let's not. Who doesn't like fishing? I really do like fishing, so we should watch Fishing with Dhar, but who doesn't like fishing? No, let's just do.
I'm so far behind on my bills, and I still haven't found a job. I'm so far behind on my bills, and I still haven't found a job. It is going to all be okay. Besides, don't you have a job interview this afternoon? Yes. Man, if I do well in this interview, this could change my life. Oh, wow. Get a look at this chick. Who comes to the gym wearing a full face of makeup? Well, you never know. Maybe it's for a reason. The reason is she's desperate for attention. How pathetic. Look at her body. She's obviously had work done. And why even bother working out if you're going to have surgery? Doesn't even look good. Well, I think it looks pretty good. And besides, maybe she worked really hard to get that body. Worked really hard? Don't be so naive. The only person that worked hard was the doctor who gave her that body. Oh no. Do you think she hurt us? Oh, I hope we didn't hurt her feelings. I hope she did hear us. Maybe she won't come around here anymore. Come on, I gotta go get ready for my interview. Okay. Oh, wow. She's getting into a brand new Tesla. Must be nice having some rich guy pay for everything. Some of us have to work to earn our own money. Shh. You're talking really loud. She's gonna hear you. Maybe she worked really hard to get her money. Besides, you should never talk bad about anyone. It could always come right back to you. Come on, come back to me? That's nonsense. Besides, I hope she did hear me. A girl like that has never worked hard for anything in her life. Anyway, can I borrow $20 for my gas tank Fund E? Promise I'll pay you back when I get my new job. All right. Yes, of course. Here you go. Thank you.
Hello, are you here for the interview?
Yes, I'm so excited to talk to you. This has been my dream job. Hi, I am... Wait.
Do we know each other?
No, I don't think so.
Really? Because when I saw you earlier at the gym, you sure seemed like you knew a lot about me.
Oh, I'm really sorry about that. That was all just a big misunderstanding.
Yeah, I think you're right. That was a big misunderstanding. You see, I heard you said I was desperate for attention, and that's why I wear a full face of makeup at the gym. But the real reason is that I work 14 hours a day, and I don't have time to go home to get ready after my workout. Not because I am desperate for attention. And I heard you say I must have gotten a lot of work done to my body. And that's why my body looks like this. But the real reason is I used to be really overweight, so I started loving myself and worked out twice as hard, not because I have had work done to my body. And I heard you said I must have a rich guy paying all my bills, and that's why I drive a nice car. But the real reason is I am the CEO of this company, and I've worked my butt off to get to where I am today. Not because I had some rich man paying for my bills. So you see, I look good, I feel good, I live a really good life because I worked hard for it. And I did it all by myself. Wow. You look...
1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning has served the Indianapolis community for over 100 years, and we plan to be here to serve them for at least 100 more.
Wow, my first 20-minute video.
Laura, did anything come in the mail for me? I was supposed to get a package.
No, ma'am. I didn't see anything.
Are you sure? Because tracking says it's been delivered. So why would they say it's been delivered if it hasn't been delivered? Is the post office lying?
No, ma'am.
So does that mean you're lying?
Maybe it was delivered to the wrong address. Maybe the neighbor has it.
The neighbor. I will wait one more day. But if I find out you're lying...
You're fired. That's what you're saying.
Where's my pasta?
Oh, it should be there.
I saw it there this morning. Did you eat my pasta?
No, ma'am.
Maybe your daughter did. I was saving that for myself.
Ma'am, she hasn't been here. Maybe it was Nick or little Jamie.
Oh, you're going to blame my husband and son? Oh, look, there's evidence.
I promise you, I never did any of those things. I never ate any spaghetti.
First you steal my package, then you eat my lunch, then you blame the mess you made on my husband and my son?
Ma'am, this is a terrible misunderstanding. I never did any of those things.
Get out. You're fired.
I just told you, but you're gonna see something. Like Darman
After
videos
all
and
of
all
these
kinds of
years, please,
She never
I
gets the
really
good.
need this job.
She never gets the good end.
This is how I
She
feed my
always
daughter.
gets the good end. And the person that's doing the
I
other person
promise you,
don't
I
get
am
the good
telling
end.
you the truth.
She's not being
I
bullied.
never did any
Gets
of
the
those
good end.
things.
So
If you don't get out right now, I'm gonna call the authorities on you.
Hey, honey. I missed you. Mom, we had so much fun at the park.
Oh, well, I'm glad. I, on the other hand, have been dealing with so much.
Oh, I'm sorry, hon. What's wrong? And why are you cooking? Shouldn't Laura be doing that?
Yeah. I had to fire her.
Fire Laura? I don't understand. I mean, she's been with us almost 10 years. She's practically family.
Yeah. And she's been stealing right out from under us. We were just too blind to see it.
Stealing? I don't understand.
It's a long story. Let me fix you a plate and I'll explain.
Oh, you know what, hon? We're not very hungry. Jamie and I found some spaghetti in the refrigerator, so we just ate.
Spaghetti in the refrigerator?
Oh, I'll get it.
That was you two?
Yeah, it was really good. But I had a little accident.
What do you mean, son?
I spilled a little while eating, and I was scared to get in trouble, so I didn't tell anyone.
You're the one that spilled? That was you?
You won't believe this, but the post office sent the package to the neighbors. I believe this belongs to you.
The neighbors had the package?
Yeah. Why? What's wrong? And I still don't understand. Why did you fire Laura?
So does that mean you're lying?
I am telling you the truth.
We all make assumptions, but a lot of times our assumptions couldn't be further from the truth. When something bad happens, our minds are quick to assume the worst, but often there's 1,000 other possible explanations that can also be true. So we shouldn't be so quick to judge. Before we assume, we should learn the facts. Before we judge, we should learn the story. And before we speak,
that's the end of the video. Hope you guys liked it and peace out. It was your boy Bill. Bye.